Hey guys, it's Chris and we're back with more Amiga 4000 stuff. I got a couple packages in here that I'm going to go over in just a second, but I wanted to give you an update. A couple days, weeks, I don't know when, a little bit ago, I told you I picked up this HP 1906 monitor. I took the front panel off and I'm using some Amiga 1200/color here, which is I don't know, some kind of satin white thing. It kind of matches the 1200 really good, and I took the front bezel off of the monitor here and I'm painting it white so it can match the 4000's appearance and I can have at least a color matched front monitor. I'm not going to touch the back here, but that's a quick update on the monitor situation on this HP monitor that I'm painting the front white on. And I'm going to print another Commodore logo, kind of similar to what I did on the IBM monitor here for the 3000. It's color matched pretty good with the 3000. And I know this is just a freaking disaster. So all of this, I need to clean it up. But behind the scenes, that's kind of how it rolls. Because I will knock something over, I'm sure. So what did I get besides a big mess here? I went on centuriontech.eu. I have, of course, the 1200 here that, we've farted around with for a long time. But my 1200's shielding is kind of poo. And you saw I bought that paper thing from one of our resellers. But I don't have anything that kind of holds the motherboard in. So the guys at Centurion make, this was $13, make a back plate out of stainless for the 1200. It even has the little metal yellow, it looks like Captain tape to me, but the tape to protect the motherboard. And you can get it with a VGA out, a DVI out, or your regular old style RF modulator. So I chose the VGA out because the idea behind this 1200 eventually would be to get it into Vision and put the VGA signal in here. That's the game plan, but I needed something to bolt the screws to that are not in here currently, and that is what I got on the 1200 front. Then, let's get rid of that. I got another package, not that, in today from Sorden. I got some 314 ROMs that I just registered on Hyperion for the 4000. I got the diskless set, meaning download your own, which is fine. I have enough copies. But I did get some spare printed disc labels for the 314. The 5 or 6 discs. And I think they even gave me a modules in here. Nope, they didn't give me the modules disc because I bought the ROMs. But I can make my own modules disc. On the front of the IDE SSD, the one that Doug linked in his video about hard drives, this was a 44 pin. So I bought a 40 pin to 44 with the power adapter so I can actually use it here in the 4000. And real quick on the 4000 here, you're going to notice that I put my SD card reader and all that stuff in a holder in the original Commodore hard drive brackets using a 2.5 to SSD mounter or 3.5 to SSD mounter, and that's just sitting in there nice. I also have a fan that's kind of just shoved in here with a little bit of Velcro for grip to blow some cold air on the blinged out 3640. And then, because I'm running the Amiga on a surround sound system and all of my other Amigas, I got the RCAs to 3.5 stereo, so I could run normal desktop speakers like I have over there on the 3000 with this one. For example, these Creative Labs ones. So when you're trying to run a modern speaker, of course they only have these plugs. So with this, now it'll plug into the Amiga. I'll have right and left, and this other speaker plugs into the back of here. So that's how we get stereo sound on desktop speakers like I have on the 3000. So that's a plus. For now, I have more parts coming in, but You know, I eBay at night like mad. I bought some more clock chips. I did replace the clock chip in the 4000 and now it's holding time. So on the clock chip here there is a small little blip of silver you might see, and there's a little resistor that goes into one of the top pins on one of the components over here, and that's what helps keep the time. I did get the replacement RPC501 clock chip and the Amiga kit battery, or sword and battery, or I don't know, I ordered 10 of them, I have like 9 left, so I did get one from Amiga kit too. But the battery with the diode resistor for keeping it from back charging is on. So we have a normal 2032. You can see I have my 90-degree socket. I told you I got some elevated sockets. I didn't replace them all. I did leave the rest of them in because most of my cards aren't going to come out to this, and it would still fit if I had a full-size card. Let's see, I got some 28.63636 NTSC clock chips, which was the culprit in this Amiga from the beginning. I replaced that, and we're good to go on that front. I also ordered one, as I showed you earlier, 50 pack. When I needed one 50 megahertz, I ordered one 50 pack crystal. And I've sent a couple out to various people who have been in need of them. That's fine. I hope that helps you out. You saw in a previous video the SunRize AD1202 is functional. This is a mono card, and it has a mono in and a mono out, and then a time sync. That's what this what the hell does it say? SMPTE. That's for your time-based corrector cards. So that is functional, and if I was going to record stereo I have to move the plugs, and it's just a real pain in the butt. So I did get a combiner for this so I can combine in and combine out, but it still only records one side at a time, so you have to it's not the best for modern practical usage, but it's a SunRize sound card, and that's still kind of nice to have. Clock chip fronts. Back in the day, I stole a variable trimmer cap from the 501. I also desoldered its clock chip because I was in between orders, or deliveries should I say, and I was trying to fix the 4000's clock post one of the videos. So I desoldered this clock chip, which is not compatible. It doesn't detect in anything, so that was a bust. So I have to solder that in. I was just going to socket it also. Well, that's about all I got. So with the new ROMs and the video card and everything, I am totally sorted. So we're going to install the 314 ROMs in here. I'm going to remove this drive totally, and I'm going to partition that 32 gigabyte IDE SSD, so it'll mount in here much better, and I can route my cables appropriately. And then we'll be up to date with an actual hard drive in here versus an SD card, because I've had bad luck with these lately and they've been burning out, probably because I use them back and forth between this camera a lot. And that's that. Oh, one other update. I had several requests on what the status was with my recreation of converting an FB357 to HD. So I sacrificed, I did forget about it. That's not a 357. I don't know what that is. This one was converted. This was the drive. This was a PC drive I converted a while back for a DF0. But anyway, I have a 354. I think it was in the 2000. I am taking the depression switches from the 354, from a PC drive here. This is a Wright Protect and disk insertion. This one is high density, and this was from a double-sided disc, or DSDD HD disc, so it would read both. I'm going to take this 3-polar off. It's hard to find the 3-pole models, and I'm going to solder this into a 354 and check and see for the rotational differences if it does high density, since the circuit boards were the same minus that switch. Everything else was very similar. So that's still in the works. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just that when you're doing projects and you're filming and editing, it takes an extremely long time between filming and editing and putting the videos out and trying to keep up with one a week, sometimes two a week. My room is an utter disaster. So that's pretty much a behind the scenes update of what's going on here in my Amiga world. And I hope it finds you well, and I hope it's entertaining. And I thank you all for watching, supporting, and subscribing. It's tremendous help to me, not so much financially, but I do this for fun and a hobby and entertainment for you guys. Real quick, let's do a behind the scenes mess. So you always see me sitting at this desk behind pink insulation here, and Bob over there in the corner. He's a Halloween prop from many years ago, and this is all just Amiga storage. All these totes, that one's got some video game stuff in it over there, but all these totes are full of old Amiga projects from years ago. Up the top here, that's just an old Apple Extreme time capsule something. My solder stations and the pies, and then we have miscellaneous crap, and up above I have all the software just from random Amiga stuff and different components and things. And then we're going to pan the old camera to the left here. This is my Whoopi Goldberg hair. This is my cable mess of usable cables, and as you can see, minus the 3DO box and the Apple box and some photo albums, my 3D printer, more Amiga stuff, parts. There's my 354. It's over, it's in there somewhere. Alright, and then down here we have all my replacement chips, hard drives, components, spare power supplies, more Amiga stuff, compact flash adapters, chips, cartridges, components, capacitors, soldering equipment, material. There's a 2000. That's a Hackintosh clone. Beneath that trash, I have some random more Amiga components and parts. I'm not even going to go to the floor. I have a box full of hard drives for the Amiga. I have, that's a Macintosh repair. There's the 2002. There's another VGA monitor. More of this, more drives. These two boxes are filled with Amiga components behind the trash can. That's an Xserve motherboard. More screws. Another Amiga over there in the corner. That is something I'm working on differently. External case. That is the, where am I? That's the Morphos. There's another 500 under there, and a 600 on the floor. Some just random floppy disks and tools. There's a 1200. There's the Morphos monitor. Let me scoot this camera over. Plop. Of course, the 3000 setup and some random cartridges. My chair in the way. The keyboard. Random little things, Easy 135s, a 1010, SCSI hard drive. It has a Mac logo on it, but I use it for the AMAX, the speakers, and some CD-ROMs and cartridges, and the original hard drives that I had on the Amiga, my PC Hackintosh workstation, and the Dell. That is that side. Oh my god, you don't realize how much stuff you have. In here, there is another Samsung Multiscan 15/31 kilohertz monitor. There's an original Xbox box. There is some more Amiga stuff in that junk container. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 containers full of Amiga systems and parts that I haven't even got to yet. A Phantom 3 drone box, my Xbox. This here is the data flyer. That thing over there is 2 of the GVP Amiga 500 hard drives that I did last year, I believe. Retro bright on them. They've just been sitting there. I really haven't had a use for them yet, since I'm working on so many other things. And yeah, some power supplies and things. So like I said, I have many Amiga things that I am working on. So that is a behind the scenes tour of my mess. and what we got coming up for the 4000, the 1200, and I got some stuff for the 600 too, and a couple more Amigas that we're going to pull out of the mothballs and get rolling again. So as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.